All right, guys, it is definitely time to talk about the cup of joe, your black tea, your green tea, and any type of caffeine or caffeinated drinks, pre workouts, things of this nature. Now I'm live, so I'm just going to go for this. Okay, I've been saying for years to get rid of the coffee. And you can go and Google online a lot of pro and anti supporters of caffeine, but I'm here to fix this camera and talk about it's still crooked. All right, so this is live, guys. I want to talk about what you can actually see. So the proof is in the pudding. Every time I'm around people, I can see that, and this is obviously an anti-coffee video, but I'm going to explain why. I can see the effects of caffeine on the skin. Now I'm 52. I never really was a caffeine drinker. I always had this sort of like inclination to, it's important to go to bed early and wake up early and early morning riser and let's get the day going. And I had tried coffee several times, but I never really got into it. Now, when I started to coach people most people are coffee drinkers, I do consultations, most people are slamming down the coffee. And it's so funny because they'll say, oh, well, I only drink a half a cup, or I'll sip on a half a cup all day long, or only have a cup in the morning. Um, but with that said, the effects are pretty in your face prevalent. One of the things that I notice, and I see this every time I talk to someone, I'm like, you're a coffee drinker. They're like, how did you know? And I said, because I can see it in your skin. It's red, it's dehydrated, it is, a lot of people have broken blood vessels. Really good indication is the blood broken vessels around the ends of the nose. Dry flakiness of the skin, redness, rashiness, puffiness of the skin. And there's different reasons why this manifests in people. Now, of course, caffeine is a diuretic, so people are already dehydrated, so they're becoming more dehydrated on caffeine. That's pretty prevalent. Yay! Because we're live, there's glitches in my Wi-Fi because of my building. All right, so what I noticed, I'm completely distracted, kind of like trying to hold it together without caffeine because my live stream glitched. But it's a diuretic. You are essentially already dehydrated, or people sometimes often drink too much water, which can create an issue with the cells being able to absorb water, which then dehydrates you. So if you're drinking, you still have chewing gum, saliva, and a dehydrated mouth, but you're drinking a lot of water, it's because you're drinking too much water. So, and then there are people that drink a lot of water at one point, like in the morning, and then they forget to drink all day long, and then they don't realize they're still dehydrated. But with that said, caffeine is going to dehydrate you even more because it's a diuretic, clearly. And with ketogenic people who do low carb diets, you're already losing so much water because you're cutting out the carbohydrate. And with that, you lose a lot of electrolytes. But I'll see people and I can see this irritated skin, big pores, blotchy red, candida. So another thing that I see is that coffee candida skin, right? Or the dandruff. Because two things can make those fungal spores grow out of control. One, from drinking coffee and caffeine. One, especially with the coffee, is the mycotoxins on the coffee bean itself. There's a lot of mold, fungus, mushrooms going right into that gut, and then the caffeine makes the spore count explode. And then the blood sugar rises with caffeine. There's a squirt of blood sugar through gluconeogenesis and the caffeine cortisol release. So then cortisol is making that candida grow even more. And so that's when I see that really blotchy redness in on people's skin. I'm going to do a series because I can go on and on and on about downregulation of L-tyrosine. I can talk about the adrenal glands being overstimulated with the cortisol response, raising the blood, the instability of blood sugar, people becoming hypoglycemic because they cannot put their blood sugar in homeostasis. They can't balance it. And their energy is low. They can't regulate their blood sugar because they're insulin resistant. They use caffeine to get their energy up, which then cranks out adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol, and the stress response. But I'm not even talking about that. Well, a little bit, because cortisol definitely is going to trash your skin. Now, we could go on to your teeth and the acidity in the blood, but today I really wanted to focus on the mycotoxins, because you can't argue that. It's impossible. All the friggin' coffee industry that will put out articles telling you how wonderful it is and how it's a vasodilator and brings blood flow to your skin, such nonsense. Yeah, it is a vasodilator, but so is exercise. You know, people are exercising and they have no energy because they have freaking adrenal, thyroid, blood sugar issues. And then the cortisol response is creating another instability with the blood sugar via gluconeogenesis that your body wasn't even asking for. Because caffeine does this, forces your body to start cranking out adrenaline, and that should be your fight or flight emergency gasoline tank, not your I'm tired, so I'm just going to slam down the coffee because I stayed up too late and my blood sugar is unstable because I eat bad food. I really want to emphasize the caffeine effects on the skin. I'm not even talking about how it makes your teeth nasty, or the acidity, or it breaks down the mucus layer of your in digestive tract. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the freaking nastiness that it does to people's skin. And every time I talk to someone, I clock that they drink coffee. Every time. I'm like, you drink coffee? Yes. I've never been wrong, because if you've been drinking it long enough, I can see it on your skin. So if you think that it's a great vasodilator and it's got great antioxidants, even though most of it gets cooked off in the roasting cooking process, even though people think it's great for brain health because of the vasodilation, it jacks up your skin. You can't deny that. Point blank, period. Every time, because it's going to create that dysbiotic gut. It's going to make that fungus, nasty, cheese-like yeast explode in your gut, period, which affects the skin. Now I gotta go to the gym. All right, guys, so because so many people are drinking coffee on low-carb protocols, low-carb, high-fat, or keto, or just any diet, drinking a ton of coffee, I'm obviously a ketogenic warrior. So for the keto people, it's a cluster frack of a mess, because obviously you guys are already losing a lot of water because the body's letting go of all that bloated water that you're holding on to. So dehydration on top of dehydration. So the skin quality is definitely compromised while drinking caffeine, beyond the candida and the broken blood vessels and the cortisol response in the skin, and the mycotoxins. All right, guys, if you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. Obviously, I put together nutrition programs. This is what I do. This is what I live. This is what I practice. I have a course on low carb, high fat. Low carb, high fat essentially means you're still eating carbs, but much lower and higher fat. And then I do keto omnivore, which is keto with plants, and keto carnivore, which is keto with no plants. And I also have free content right here, and also my Instagram, especially on my stories at Stephanie Ketogenic, and on my Facebook fan page, which is Stephanie the Business Person. I'm 52, been doing keto for 12 years solid, no sugar, no caffeine, clearly, no cheese, nuts, none of this stuff that is inflammatory to the gut wall or has mycotoxins on it. Clean keto, loving it, stronger, freaking, body's saying thank you, skin is saying thank you, and I'm saying thank you for watching this channel. been doing this, guys, for a long time. My old videos were like, energy, energy, energy. And now I'm just like, more wise. Now I gotta go to the gym. I'm gonna ride Thunder. And then I'm gonna come back and work some more. Stay tuned for a lot of more interesting content. Hope this helps. If you're gonna use any type of butter drink, do butter meat broth, lard or tallow meat broth, or do an herbal tea. Try to do loose leaf so you don't get all the mycotoxins from the bags. Yes, we even have to be that specific because we've just done a lot of damage. And if you want to, if you're getting older and you don't want to look like a freaking trash bag, wrinkled up paper, wrinkled up trash bag, there's no paper trash bags, but if you don't want to look like a wrinkled up piece of paper, right, or a dried out apple, get rid of the coffee. Use other ways to get in the fat. And if you fix those adrenal glands, you won't need coffee. I go to the gym all the time. I'll go right now. I'll be around a bunch of millennials that look like crap in the skin, and 9 times out of 10 they're loaded in caffeine, the ones who look like crap. But there's also, the toxins and blood sugar dysregulation and crappy sleep. But a lot of it is the pre-workouts that they're on, gutting their gut and gutting their adrenal system and the skin. Now I gotta go. I'm so silly. Stay tuned for more content. I'm just trying to educate y'all. When I learn, I cannot wait to get the word out there, to get people. I know people are always thinking, maybe I should go down on coffee. They have that in the back of their mind. They know it's not good. It's very acidic. It's really bad for the digestive tract. People try to cut it down, but then there'll be so many pro-coffee articles that go right back to drinking it because people are exhausted. It's really nice to be 50 freaking 2 and have my menstrual cycle, energy, and the ability to sleep. I love sleep. Yeah. I don't want that stuff in my system for hours. Down regulating my melatonin. Peace, guys. 70percent.com. That's where I'm at. I'm not trying to sell you a car.